Hello friends. Have you ever wondered what it truly means to be born on a day that barely exists? A day that slips into the calendar like a whispered secret every 4 years, February 29th. Leap day babies, or leapalings, as they're often called, carry a rare energy that makes them feel a little outside of time itself. But what does that mean for love, marriage, sex, friendship, business, and compatibility? And how do the Druidic, Vedic, flower, stone, and numerological traditions interpret this singular birthday? Let's unfold this rare horoscope in full. So rare, it's almost mythical, just like its people. Personality portrait, the leap day enigma. People born on February 29th fall under the sign of Pisces, a water sign ruled by dreamy Neptune. Yet, they carry something extra. An ancient vibration of liminality, mystery, and timelessness. They often seem slightly outside the normal flow of time, giving them a captivating aura that others can't quite put their finger on. These souls are often artistic, intuitive, and sensitive, gifted with a vivid imagination that colors every corner of their inner world. They are the quiet artists who can turn a fleeting emotion into a masterpiece. But they can also feel torn between wanting to be part of the world and needing to retreat into their own secret universe, where dreams bloom wild and boundaries blur. Their lives can swing dramatically. One moment, they're the heart of the party, dazzling everyone with their gentle wit and empathy. The next, they vanish without a word, slipping into creative solitude to recharge their spirit. People close to leapalings know this pattern well. They love deeply but guard their alone time fiercely. There's an agelessness about them that draws people in. They often appear younger than they are, both in spirit and in looks, as if time forgets to touch them fully. This ageless aura makes them both intriguing and elusive. You think you know them, but there's always more hidden beneath the surface. They are natural empaths, soaking up emotions around them like water soaking into thirsty soil. This can make them seem moody, but really, they're just processing waves of invisible currents. This gift also makes them healers, artists, and dreamers, the people who remind the rest of us that life can be softer, kinder, more magical. Their connection to the master number 11 gives them an almost psychic edge. Many leapalings have vivid dreams, strange intuitions, and uncanny hunches that often prove right. This can draw them to mystical or spiritual paths, or simply make them the go-to friend for profound advice. Above all, leap day souls walk gently in a loud world. They remind us that some magic only happens when you pause, listen deeply, and drift just slightly out of step with the ticking clock. Love, the timeless romantics. Leapalings are romantics in the purest sense. Love is not just an emotion for them, but an entire dimension they live inside. They yearn for that once-in-a-lifetime, soul-deep connection that feels predestined, written in the stars long before they were born. When they fall in love, they give themselves fully, dissolving all barriers between me and you. They crave a partner who understands that their heart isn't a simple organ. It's a cathedral of secrets, poetry, and unspoken wishes. Many leapalings idealize their lovers, seeing the best in them long after reality has shown its cracks. This can be both beautiful and painful, because their belief in fairy tale endings sometimes clashes with human flaws. Their relationships are marked by tenderness and devotion. They are the ones who remember tiny details, your favorite childhood song, the exact way you like your tea, the dream you mentioned once at 3 a.m. They believe that real love lives in these small, sacred gestures. However, their sensitivity makes them vulnerable. They bruise easily when neglected or deceived. Betrayal can haunt them for years, as they replay old conversations trying to understand what went wrong. When hurt, they slip away like mist, hard to reach, impossible to hold. They thrive with partners who match their emotional depth. Cancer and Scorpio wrap them in warmth and understanding, creating a safe harbor for their endless feelings. Earth signs like Taurus and Capricorn bring steadiness, anchoring their drifting hearts to the here and now. They are often drawn to artists, poets, musicians, anyone who speaks the same secret language of beauty and feeling. If a leapaling says they love you, know it comes from the deepest well inside them. They don't love halfway. They love like the ocean, boundless, mysterious, and timeless. For a leap day soul, The ultimate dream is a love that feels like coming home to a place you've always known but never seen, a place where time stands still, and nothing else matters but two hearts drifting together in an endless dream. Marriage, sacred and mysterious. Marriage for a Liebeling is never just a piece of paper or a practical arrangement. It is a deeply spiritual vow that feels written in some hidden book of fate. They approach commitment with the same reverence a poet gives to words, carefully, tenderly, with a sense of awe for what they are about to build together. They believe true marriage is an alchemy that fuses two souls into something larger than themselves, something timeless. Many Liebelings don't rush into marriage. Their standards for a life partner are impossibly high because they want a connection that matches the vivid love stories they dream about. They will wait, and wait, and wait some more, preferring solitude over settling for a union that doesn't feed their spirit. This often means they marry later than their peers, after they've explored their depths and learned to trust their own heart. Once they do say, "I do," they are fiercely devoted. They pour oceans of love and compassion into their partnership, acting as a safe haven when life turns harsh. They tend to nurture not just their partner but the entire household, creating a home that feels like a sanctuary from the world's chaos. Their marriage becomes an extension of their imagination, a shared realm of rituals, dreams, and whispered secrets. Yet their dreaminess means they need space. A Liebeling cannot be caged, even by love. They need time alone to wander through their inner worlds, to read, create, or simply drift in daydreams. Wise partners understand that this solitude is not distance, it is fuel that keeps their love alive. Without it, they wither like a flower denied sunlight. Their tendency to sacrifice themselves for love can be both their gift and their wound. They will put their partner's needs first, sometimes to their own detriment. That's why they thrive best with someone who reminds them that self-care is not selfish, that their dreams deserve as much room as anyone else's. The master number 11 threads an extra dimension into their unions. Many Liebelings feel their marriage is meant to serve a higher mission. Maybe they raise children who change the world, or they open their home as a haven for friends in need, or they create art together that heals others. For them, love is never just about two people, it's about what they can give back to life through their bond. In the end, a Liebeling's marriage is not measured by anniversaries alone, it's measured by the invisible threads that tie two spirits together through every season of the soul. If you marry a Liebeling, know this: you're not just getting a partner. You're stepping into a dream that will grow and change shape for the rest of your days. Sex, sensual and spiritual. When it comes to sex, Liebelings bring the same depth they do to love. For them, intimacy is not merely physical, it's a doorway into something sacred. Their erotic world is drenched in fantasy, emotion, and mystery. They don't separate the body from the soul. For them, true passion weaves both together until they are indistinguishable. They are not interested in casual encounters that feel mechanical or empty. If their heart isn't engaged, neither is their desire. But when trust is deep and the emotional current is strong, their sensuality blooms in ways that feel almost otherworldly. They turn the bedroom into a sanctuary where reality dissolves and imagination takes over. Their partner's touch is not just touch, it's language, poetry, a secret conversation spoken in sighs and glances. They love to explore the senses slowly, savoring every detail: the flicker of candlelight, soft music, the warmth of skin against skin. For them, foreplay can begin with a look across the room hours before they even touch. This need for emotional security means they are drawn to lovers who honor their sensitivity. Cancer and Scorpio understand the power of trust and depth. They know how to coax the Liebeling's fantasies into reality without ever crossing fragile boundaries. Virgo, despite its earthy reserve, can surprise them with a devotion to detail that turns intimacy into art. They often have a playful side too, hidden beneath their dreamy nature. Once they feel completely safe, they love to experiment and push boundaries, not for shock or novelty, but because it adds new colors to the canvas of their connection. They enjoy transforming ordinary moments into rituals, scented oils, whispered stories, shared secrets in the dark. They are deeply receptive lovers, tuned in to their partner's needs often without words. Their gift is to make their lover feel seen and cherished, like the only person in the universe at that moment. But this same gift can drain them if they feel unappreciated or emotionally neglected. Trust and mutual giving are everything to them. To truly fulfill a leapeling, sex must stay connected to their emotional and spiritual core. If their lover drifts too far into the purely physical, they retreat inside themselves, leaving only their body behind, a hollow shell of the lover they can be. But when their whole being is invited to the dance, they become a force of pure, flowing passion. With a leapeling, sex is not just an act. It's an incantation, a blessing, a moment where time stands still, just like the rare day that marks their birth. Those lucky enough to share that realm with them know, once you've touched a leap day lover's soul, ordinary love will never feel quite the same again. Friendship, loyal dreamweavers. Leapelings are the friends you can call at midnight with your strangest secrets, and they won't flinch. They are the dreamweavers of any circle, the ones who see beyond the ordinary and invite you to look with them. Their friendships run deep and quiet like an underground stream, nourishing your spirit in ways you don't always notice until you look back and realize they've always been there, holding space for your wildest thoughts. They don't crave shallow connections or surface-level chatter. With a leapeling, every conversation eventually dives into the hidden corners of your soul, hopes you never voiced, fears you didn't know you carried, half-buried dreams you thought you'd outgrown. They draw these things out gently, never forcing you to share, but making it feel safe when you do. They guard secrets like ancient treasures. If you trust them with your pain or your joys, they keep it locked behind the strongest doors. But betray that trust, even with a small lie, and you may find those doors close forever. For leapelings, trust is sacred, and dishonesty feels like a crack in a mirror that can't be smoothed over. When they choose you as a friend, it's never casual. They see friendship as a soul contract, an invisible bond that says, "I'll hold your truth, you'll hold mine." This makes them fiercely loyal, the ones who show up when no one else does, the ones who remember your dreams when you forget them. They are naturally drawn to fellow dreamers, artists who stay up painting at 3 a.m., poets who turn heartbreak into verses, musicians who bleed their feelings into songs. They thrive in circles where creativity flows freely and no one mocks ideas for being too much or unrealistic. Fire signs like Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius often captivate leapelings with their spark and boldness. These friends light a fire under their drifting feet, pulling them into spontaneous adventures and laughter that crackles like a bonfire. But too much fire can scorch the sensitive Pisces soul. These friendships need balance so the leapeling doesn't feel burned out or misunderstood. If you earn the trust of a leapeling, cherish it. They won't always be easy to reach. They vanish sometimes, lost in their inner world. But when you need them most, they'll show up with open arms, a gentle heart, and words that remind you why life is still beautiful, even on your darkest days. Business, the visionaries. Don't mistake their dreamy eyes and poetic nature for weakness in the professional world. Leapelings can be unstoppable when they trust their vision. Their minds are tuned to frequencies others miss, catching trends and ideas before they become obvious. This makes them natural pioneers in industries where innovation, imagination, and intuition are valued above rigid routines. The master number 11 hums beneath their career path like a secret power source. It gifts them with flashes of inspiration that can turn an ordinary project into something extraordinary. They often just know which direction to go, sensing what will resonate with people on an emotional level. This sixth sense makes them stand out in fields like art, design, film, music, writing, or any work that touches the human spirit. Routine, however, is their nemesis. Pin them to a cubicle, bury them in spreadsheets without purpose, and watch their soul quietly shrink. They need a workspace that feels alive, flexible hours, creative freedom, and the chance to flow between tasks as inspiration strikes. This doesn't mean they're unreliable. It means their brilliance shines brightest when they can breathe. They make inspiring entrepreneurs, especially if they find a practical partner or team who loves details and deadlines as much as the leapeling loves vision and possibility. Together, they can build something remarkable, a business that doesn't just make money but touches hearts. Many leapelings are drawn to roles where they can help others heal or grow, Think art therapy studios, wellness retreats, non-profits, or creative agencies with a mission bigger than profit alone. Colleagues often find them refreshing to work with because they bring compassion into boardrooms and brainstorming sessions alike. They listen deeply, value everyone's input, and have an uncanny ability to see the big picture without losing sight of how it feels to the people involved. However, their openness can sometimes attract energy drainers, coworkers who see their kindness as weakness or expect them to shoulder too much emotional labor. Wise Leapalings learn to draw clear boundaries at work, protecting their soft core so it stays a source of strength rather than exhaustion. In the end, a Leapaling's career path is rarely straight. It curves and twists, shaped by inspiration, intuition, and the deep desire to leave something beautiful behind. They may never be the ones to climb the corporate ladder step by step. They're too busy building ladders no one's ever seen before, inviting others to climb up into a new dream entirely. Compatibility with other signs. Compatibility for Leapalings is more than just a checklist of star signs. It's about how energy flows between two souls who might meet halfway between dreams and reality. Because Leapalings are deeply sensitive and guided by intuition, they crave relationships that feel safe for their vulnerable hearts yet stimulating for their endlessly curious minds. They thrive with people who can handle both their light and their shadows, the part that wants to dance under the moon and the part that wants to hide from the world until the storm passes. Cancer and Scorpio are the ultimate soulkin for Leapalings. Cancer's nurturing spirit mirrors the Leapaling's own longing for safe harbors. Together, they build a bond based on quiet understanding, gentle affection, and wordless empathy. Scorpio, meanwhile, brings intensity that matches the Pisces depth. They both crave a love that feels fated, transforming, and unshakable. Where Pisces brings softness, Scorpio adds passion, creating a union that feels magnetic and private all at once. Earth signs Taurus and Capricorn are also beautiful matches. Taurus grounds the Leapaling's drifting heart with steady loyalty and sensual comfort. They offer warmth, touch, and a sense of home that Pisces needs but can rarely create alone. Capricorn, though more serious, respects the Leapaling's big dreams and secretly admires their mystic wisdom. Together, they balance practical goals with poetic vision, turning fantasies into something tangible. Virgo falls into the good match category, bringing thoughtful devotion that calms the Pisces mind. Virgo's attention to detail complements Pisces' big-picture dreaming. They can spend hours side by side, one weaving a dream, the other stitching it into reality. Libra adds a dose of beauty, charm, and social grace. Libra's easygoing nature makes the Leapaling feel understood without pressure to explain their shifting moods. Aquarius, the cosmic rebel, finds Pisces' oddness delightful. Together, they create a relationship that doesn't follow the usual rules, thriving on shared eccentricity and philosophical talks that stretch until sunrise. Challenges arise with fiery Aries. Aries' impulsive, headstrong energy can feel like a gust of wind that knocks Pisces off balance. Aries wants to move fast, act now, leap first, think later, but Pisces needs time to dream, feel, and decide when their heart is ready. If they don't find middle ground, Pisces may feel overwhelmed, while Aries grows frustrated by Pisces' need for space. Leo, bold and attention-loving, often expects the spotlight, but Pisces isn't made to play supporting roles endlessly. Leo's need for praise and validation can exhaust the Leapaling's sensitive reserves, leading to quiet resentment if Pisces feels unseen or undervalued. Gemini can intrigue Pisces at first. Their lively mind and endless curiosity spark thrilling conversations. But Gemini's restlessness and inconsistency can unsettle Pisces, who longs for deep, dependable bonds. When Gemini darts away to chase the next shiny thing, Pisces may feel abandoned in an ocean of unfinished sentences. Still, astrology is only the wind in the sails, not the ship itself. With patience, awareness, and genuine love, even the trickiest matches can grow into something magical when the Leapaling's intuition meets another soul's willingness to truly see them. Numerology, the master number 11. Numerology reveals the hidden heartbeat of a Leapaling's life, the master number 11, born from the sum of their rare birth date, 2 + 9. 11 isn't just a number, it's a vibration, a portal between the mundane and the mystical. It hums inside leapelings like a soft cosmic bell, always ringing them back to their deeper purpose, no matter how far they drift from it. The 11 is known as the messenger, a channel between the everyday and the divine. This means leapelings feel pulled to lift others through art, compassion, or spiritual insight. They're the people who write poems that break your heart open, paint canvases that whisper of forgotten dreams, or sit with you in the dark and help you remember your own light. They can't help it, they're wired to notice the beauty and pain beneath the surface of things. This vibration gives them a heightened intuition. Leapelings often know things without knowing how they know. They sense when something's wrong before it's spoken, dream about a friend they haven't seen in years, or get sudden gut feelings that steer them away from trouble or toward hidden opportunities. The downside? The world's noise can drown out this inner signal if they don't carve out enough silence to hear it. Master number 11 people often live with a foot in two worlds, the everyday tasks that must be done, and the soul missions that can't be ignored. This creates tension. How to pay bills and honor deadlines when your spirit wants to drift, create, and heal. Many leapelings struggle to balance these realms. If they don't anchor their dreams with practical plans, they risk floating endlessly in ideas that never manifest. Burnout is a real threat for them. Because they care so deeply and feel so much, leapelings can stretch themselves too thin trying to save everyone around them. They attract people who need healing, and sometimes forget they, too, need care and boundaries. Learning to protect their own energy is a lifelong lesson. When they embrace the 11 fully, though, they become a living bridge between what is and what could be. They inspire others to see the world not just as it is, but as it could become through kindness, creativity, and shared dreams. They don't just imagine a better world, they invite us to imagine it with them. In the end, the leap day soul with the number 11 is here for a reason larger than themselves. They remind us that the rarest days, and the rarest people, are here to break the illusion that time is fixed, life is ordinary, or magic is make-believe. They are proof that sometimes, once every 4 years or so, time pauses just long enough for a miracle to be born. The Druid Horoscope. In the ancient Druid tree calendar, each person is linked to a sacred tree whose spirit shapes their character and inner path. Those born on February 29 fall under the domain of the ash tree, a symbol of connection between worlds, a living bridge between earth and sky, matter and spirit. This connection perfectly mirrors the Piscean energy of the leapeling, who is already part dreamer, part seeker. Ash people are natural explorers of the unseen. They feel drawn to mysteries others overlook, the hidden patterns in nature, the secrets woven into myths and old stories, the deep silence of forests where thoughts untangle and truths reveal themselves. They often feel most alive when surrounded by symbols, poetry, and the whisper of something larger than themselves. The ash tree grants its children a restless mind, not in a chaotic way, but in a curious, questing one. These people rarely accept surface explanations. They ask questions that crack open old assumptions. Why are we here? What lies beyond what we see? How do we weave meaning out of life's randomness? Their minds are fertile ground for philosophy and spiritual study, just like the roots of the ash reach deep into the soil while its branches stretch wide toward the heavens. Sensitivity runs through every fiber of the ash-born soul. They feel the moods of people, places, and even nature itself. This makes them gentle friends, compassionate listeners, and wise counselors, but it also leaves them vulnerable to the harsh noise of the modern world. When life grows too loud, they retreat, not out of coldness, but to protect their gift for seeing beauty where others see only chaos. Creativity blooms naturally in ash tree people. Whether it's painting, writing, music, or simply the art of living thoughtfully, they have an instinct for turning small moments into something sacred. They are often the ones who decorate a table with wildflowers, scribble poetry in the margins of notebooks, or capture fleeting feelings in colors and images that linger long after they're gone. Harmony is vital to them. Conflict feels like a poison that seeps into their roots, so they gravitate to peaceful homes, gentle friends, and conversations that feed the spirit rather than drain it. They're unlikely to thrive in cutthroat environments, Their power lies not in dominance but in quiet influence and the beauty they cultivate around them. Above all, the ash tree reminds the leap day soul that they are both grounded and unbound, rooted in ancient wisdom yet reaching for what lies beyond. When they honor this truth, they stand tall in the forest of life, a living testament to the magic that happens when we let our branches touch the sky. The Vedic horoscope. In the Vedic tradition, astrology is more than personality traits, it's a map of karma, purpose, and spiritual potential. For Leapalings, the cosmic story continues under the sign of Pisces, ruled by Jupiter, or Guru, the great teacher and giver of spiritual insight. Jupiter's blessing wraps them in wisdom, compassion, and an insatiable thirst for deeper understanding of the universe and their place within it. Many Leap Day natives fall under the nakshatras Purva Bhadrapada or Uttara Bhadrapada, both associated with the final chapters of Pisces. These lunar mansions carry an energy of transcendence, the old soul who has walked many lifetimes and now seeks to integrate knowledge into spiritual maturity. People born under these stars often feel pulled to mystical subjects, philosophy, or the mysteries of life and death. They are fascinated by what lies beneath the surface and often possess an uncanny intuition that defies logic. Jupiter's influence also makes them generous, not just with material gifts but with their time, love, and wisdom. They are the ones who stay after everyone leaves to help clean up, who listen without judgment, who slip quiet donations to those in need. Their karma is often tied to acts of service, so they feel fulfilled when their work contributes to others' growth or healing. Meditation is not a luxury for them, it is vital. Their minds absorb so much from the world that they need moments of stillness to filter truth from noise. Yoga, breathwork, or silent retreats help them center their energy and reconnect with their inner guru, that voice of wisdom that never truly leaves them. Charity aligns naturally with their dharma. Giving without expectation feeds their soul and balances their tendency to drift into worry or melancholy. Vedic tradition reminds them that wealth, in all forms, is best kept in motion, a lesson that keeps their hearts open and their karma flowing freely. Toxic relationships and soul-crushing workplaces are the enemies of their higher path. The more they entangle with people or jobs that demand constant struggle and conflict, the more they dim their natural glow. Vedic guidance teaches them to guard their sacred energy fiercely and to trust that the right people and opportunities will appear when they hold true to their spiritual nature. In the grand Vedic picture, a Leap Day soul is here to remember that life is more than daily survival. They are reminders of the divine dance, that under all our striving and struggles, we are each a spark of something infinite, called again and again to wake up, give love, and grow wise under the eternal gaze of the stars. Flower horoscope. In the delicate language of flower astrology, the water lily blooms as the emblem of Pisces, and for Leapalings, this flower's message is especially powerful. The water lily floats serenely on the surface, its blossoms pure and radiant, while its roots anchor deep in the mud below. This reflects the Leapaling's gift for staying gentle and luminous, even when life tries to drag them down into dark waters. The water lily's journey each day is a small miracle. It opens its petals at dawn, reaching for the sun, then closes again at dusk, folding its secrets back into itself. Leapalings live in this rhythm too, revealing their inner beauty to those they trust and retreating when the world grows too harsh. They know how to protect their most delicate dreams by hiding them until they're ready to bloom. Pain does not drown the water lily, it feeds it. Mud, murky and cold, becomes the foundation for the flower's elegance. In the same way, Leapalings are alchemists of the heart. They turn heartbreak into art, disappointment into compassion, and loneliness into quiet wisdom. For them, every wound can birth something beautiful if tended with care and faith. This flower also mirrors the Leapaling's dual nature, rooted yet floating, anchored yet free. They are people who need grounding relationships and comforting rituals, but they can never be tied down too tightly. Like the water lily, they drift gracefully through life's ponds, adjusting to changing seasons while keeping their essence untouched by the mud beneath. The water lily symbolizes spiritual awakening. Its petals seem almost otherworldly, untouched by the grime they rise from. For leapalings, this speaks to their ability to lift others, to offer a glimpse of something purer in a world that often feels messy and heavy. Many leapalings have a quiet way of inspiring hope just by being themselves. Water lilies often grow in clusters, a reminder that even dreamers need community. Though leapalings cherish solitude, they bloom best when surrounded by souls who understand their softness and honor their secrets. Like lilies clustered together on a still pond, they find strength in gentle togetherness. To embrace their water lily spirit, leapalings should surround themselves with beauty, flowers on the table, art on the walls, gentle music that reminds them who they are beneath the noise. When they nurture this inner garden, they remind us all that something stunning can rise even from life's darkest depths. Stone horoscope. Amethyst, the February birthstone, is more than just a gemstone for leapalings. It's an invisible shield and a deep well of quiet power. Its rich violet hues echo the spiritual realm where Pisces feels most at home. For leapalings born on the rarest day of all, amethyst is like a trusted friend who whispers calm truths when the world grows too loud. This stone has long been revered as a guardian of the mind. Ancient cultures believed amethyst could prevent intoxication of all kinds, not just from wine, but from confusing thoughts and overwhelming emotions. For leapalings, whose minds swim through dreams and worries in equal measure, this protective quality is priceless. It helps clear mental fog and brings gentle focus when life's currents feel too strong. Amethyst amplifies the psychic gifts already alive in the leap day soul. Many leapalings have vivid dreams, intuitive nudges, and sudden insights that seem to come from nowhere. Wearing or meditating with amethyst sharpens these gifts, helping them trust what they feel and see beyond what logic alone can explain. Its energy soothes the raw edges of a sensitive heart. When the world's noise threatens to drown out their inner voice, amethyst acts like a soft anchor, calling them back to their center. It's a stone of spiritual sobriety, not in a harsh, restrictive way, but as a gentle reminder to stay clear-headed and true to oneself amid the temptations of chaos or escapism. Amethyst also guards against negative energy. Leapalings, being natural empaths, often absorb the moods and burdens of those around them. This stone acts like a filter, blocking out psychic debris so they don't carry what isn't theirs to bear. It helps them keep healthy boundaries without hardening their compassionate core. It's no wonder many leapalings are drawn to place amethyst near their beds or meditation spaces. Beneath a pillow, it can ease restless sleep and invite meaningful dreams. Worn as jewelry, it becomes a daily talisman, a quiet promise that no matter how turbulent the day, their inner sanctuary remains untouched. Ultimately, amethyst reminds leapalings that their sensitivity is not a weakness but a gift. It helps them honor their natural openness without being overwhelmed by the world's noise. In a life spent drifting between dreams and reality, this stone is the gentle anchor that keeps their soul steady, so they can rise again and again, just like the water lily above its muddy pond. What does it all mean? To be born on February 29th is to live as proof that life does not always obey the same rules for everyone. Leapalings are like hidden chapters in the story of time. They slip between the pages when no one is looking, reminding us that sometimes the universe bends its own laws to make space for something extraordinary. Their lives hum with a quiet magic that can't be measured in birthdays alone but is felt in the rare, timeless glow they carry wherever they go. These souls walk with one foot on earth and the other dipped in the unseen. They belong both here and somewhere far beyond the ticking clock. Their love isn't ordinary love. It's a sacred act that feels like soul recognition, as if they've known their partner across lifetimes. When they marry, they don't just build a life. They create a sanctuary where dreams can breathe, and everyday moments become holy rituals shared in whispers and touch. Their sensuality is a dance where spirit and body become one. Intimacy with a leapaling is more than pleasure. It's a crossing of invisible thresholds, a ceremony that makes both lovers feel as if they are drifting in a world where only the heart's language matters. They remind us that true connection cannot be forced or rushed. It must unfold like a water lily, opening when it's ready, untouched by the mud below. Friendships for leapalings are soul pacts in disguise. If you are loved by a leapaling, You have been entrusted with a secret garden, a place where wild thoughts and half-finished dreams can blossom without judgment. They guard your secrets as fiercely as they guard their own, proving that loyalty can be both gentle and unbreakable at once. They appear when you need them, vanish when you must stand alone, and reappear with a quiet smile when you least expect it but most need it. In work and purpose, Leapelings bring the same touch of the divine. The Druid's ash tree grounds their restless mind while letting their spirit reach skyward. The Vedic blessing of Jupiter lights their path with wisdom and compassion. The water lily floats in their heart, urging them to turn even the muddiest parts of life into something that feeds beauty. The amethyst anchors them in inner peace and shields their soft edges from a world that often wants to roughen them up. Their true mission is simple yet profound: to remind the rest of us that we are more than tasks and calendars. They show us that magic survives the cynicism of adulthood, that mystery is not something to fear but something to cherish. Leapelings breathe poetry into practical days, plant seeds of wonder where others see only stone, and invite us all to dream a little wilder, love a little deeper, and believe a little more fiercely in things we cannot see but can always feel. So if you know a Leapeling, hold them close. Celebrate them not only once every 4 years but every single day they choose to share their rare heart with you. They are living proof that sometimes, time itself pauses to let the extraordinary slip through the cracks. May we all be wise enough to notice when it does. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out the other videos on this channel for more unique horoscopes, spiritual guides, and hidden cosmic secrets. And hey, the universe is too big to explore alone, so share this with someone who needs to hear it today. See you in the next one.